It works so well. Yep, that's public. Oh my gosh, it even has helped with. Okay. Wait, if I move it too far forward. This is just gonna be the streaming. This is the integrity. Bearded has lost their mind. What? There is a cat literally right in front of me that is under this desk right here. And she just meowed at me so loud for attention. So give me a second while I give my cat attention. Hello, everybody. You might be able to see me down here. Hello. I gotta smack the butt. I gotta smack the butt. My cat likes butt smacks. I feel very short today. I wish I could prove that there's a cat that was under the table. She just hopped down. But she'll get mad at me if I pick her up. Which is a problem because she's adorable. See, look at this. See? Do I do CPU socket replacements? Who the fuck would try to do that? Oh wait, I just started the live. Am I past the point of being allowed to swear? Why is the goat on the pole? He works the pole, so I don't have to. Getting your butt kicked on a heat input control. What type of system are you working on? It's weird how one pole holds up my whole ceiling. No, it's actually two. There's one that all of the camera equipment and microphone are on. Also, the best part is these are actually like poles for holding up the ceiling. Also, someone asking if the MSI B550 Pro comes with Wi-Fi. That would be a spec that they would have on their site. That is very easy to look up. Is there a spider web right there that I just walked through? Also, I have no clue how well it's going to work, but I have the new YouTube feature. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see me in vertical or horizontal, depending on where you find my stream. Mom, if you go onto the MSI website and you pull up that motherboard, you will see a breakdown of all the specs for it, and it'll tell you if it has Wi-Fi or not. That's a good question. It's just one that should be asked of Google. If I have skills in cybersecurity, or if I have experience in cybersecurity, what skills would I say is best to learn first? Um, the one that most of the tech community doesn't seem to have, at least based off of like the people who don't follow me but comment on my videos, um, problem solving skills. Like looking at a puzzle and figuring out how, even if people tell you it's an unsolvable puzzle, you can solve it. One of my favorite examples is recently I did a video about the Steam machine because a lot of people were saying that Steam should subsidize the machine and like sell it at a loss. I posted a video saying you don't want them to do that because that allows businesses to buy them up and at a cheaper cost than it would cost to buy a computer for their operations. People kept telling me, yeah, but you need a Steam account that's over a certain amount of time to be able to buy one. If you can't figure out how that's not going to actually stop a business from buying a Steam machine, you shouldn't go into cybersecurity. I have bought so many computers from Costco. I do not have a Costco membership, and the businesses I worked for did not have a Costco membership. Like, it's fairly easy to figure out how to buy something that requires a specific membership, especially when you have employees. Mass emails are a thing. You're trying to get into 3D printing. Any tips or recommendations on the printers? Someone can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I've been hearing good things about FlashForge. Is the Logitech Super Strike 2 worth buying? What is the Super Strike 2? Oh, I'm trying to use the trackpad on this thing, and it is not cooperating with. Oh my gosh, it is very much not cooperating with me. It thinks my finger keeps coming off of the trackpad as I'm trying to move it. Oh, a gaming mouse? I mean, I've never been into super high end like performance mice. I don't understand it. What are some actual practical uses for the Flipper Zero? Education, learning how to use different systems, learning how to use different um, access methods, and things like that. Any advice on practicing soldering? The main advice that I give is pick up like failed boards, like ones that don't work anymore, especially like motherboards, because you have a lot more options for surface mount and through hole mount that you can practice desoldering and resoldering to your heart's content until you get better and better at it. Electronic kits are fun and useful for soldering practice, but honestly, especially if you're just trying to practice over and over and over again, failed motherboards like this one. You can usually find places that, like, if you have a repair shop local to you, you can usually ask if they have failed motherboards that they just don't need, like what's in their scrap pile, so you can practice soldering. Especially if you tell them, yeah, I'm trying to practice soldering, they'll usually be like, oh, yeah, we have like this pile over here you can go through. Someone is yelling in the comments, can you demonstrate the Flipper Zero? Demonstration complete. Yeah, LGA boards are about a dime a dozen with bad sockets. Exactly. It, like, you can find boards to practice on, and the main thing is you're going to be practicing on something that's already failed, so you can't exactly break it. And so after you practice for a while, then you can use boards that are actually working and build out practice kits. Can you demonstrate the Flipper Zero? I just did. There, it's a Flipper Zero. Like, the main thing is it's not charged, so I wouldn't be able to show you anything. And also, I don't have any like things to show you on it right now. A lot of people think that the Flipper Zero is just like you can open any car, you can open any door, you can do all the. No, there's a lot of work that goes into the back end to be able to open those things. A build for a web. Oh, dude, seriously, the fact that you just spammed. I wasn't even going to answer your question because I don't have build recommendations. But the fact that you're spamming my chat, no. What's an IT job you can do online with little experience? Help desk. I'm trying to remember. Someone's asking about the MetaQuest 3 for doing PC VR. Um, yeah, kids think the Flipper Zero is some magical hacking tool. No, it's just a lot of different tools put into one package so you can learn. Um, I do not remember what my. I have friends who do VR a ton, and I cannot remember what their advice was for me because I was asking them about this stuff a while ago. Does anyone still use hard disk drives? Yes. Tons of people do, including servers. Like, there are countless servers that still run hard disk drives. If you are doing anything with storage, you're usually going to be using hard disk drives instead of SSDs because you can store more data cheaper and like they're fairly resilient. Like, they're still good technology. It's just we have faster technology. Is 1 terabyte enough? For most people, it's fairly decent. How do you start home labbing? What are good books, and do I need deep network knowledge? Not really. Like, this is what I recommend most people start on is just a small mini PC like one of these. This is a HP Elite Desk Mini. Right? It says on the casing. Oh, it's just an Elite Mini. Oh, sorry. There's something stuck in my throat and it's driving me nuts. But if you start with something like this, installing something like Proxmox, so that you can make virtual machines and test things out, that's usually the best way to start. What do I use my home lab for? Game servers, file storage, web servers, testing things out. Like anytime I want to test something out, I usually put it on my home lab. Granted, I have a fairly large home lab. Like even Patchbox sent me stuff for it, and yeah, I really like what they sent me, and I did a couple videos on it, but those videos flopped like none other. That was like 2 years ago now. It took them forever to send it out to me. Have I tried using TrueNAS? Yes, that's what one of my NASs is. Xeon CPUs just for servers, or are they also good for gaming too? They're mainly for servers. Like, honestly. Do I have certifications? No, I do not. I have not had a need for them until now. TrueNAS or Unraid, TrueNAS every single time. Like, honestly, I only know of one creator who recommends Unraid. And he doesn't know a lot about servers. Do you ever use AI? I mean, AI is built into a lot of things, so I'm sure frequently I use AI. Best tech innovation that changed my life? I don't know. There's probably numerous ones. I know this is one, but I don't really call it a tech innovation because devices like this have been around for a while. It's just this one actually just works. Do I have any ESP32 tools? No. I've set up ESP32 tools. I've set up quite a few at this point. Laptop optimization tips. I mean, best ones that I recommend people do is look at what startup apps you have on your computer, and then let's see. We're gonna look for. Let me make sure there's nothing on my screen that I can't show. You're gonna search for performance, and one of the things that's gonna pop up is adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. It's gonna come up with this little box right here. Go ahead and like disable any of the things you don't need on here. Anything you don't need, and it will speed up your computer a decent amount. That's my usual like recommendation. Why do I hate AI? Who said I hate AI? I think there's massive issues with AI and it's harmful, but do I own a 3D printer? Yes. Do I use it? No. I have a Prusa Mark II that I haven't really used for like 4 years now. What was the box I was showing? That is on Windows. Performance. Adjust the appearance and performance of Windows. It is the performance options of Windows. So, like, the quick little things that you can disable that can make your computer run a lot faster. Because there's a lot of visual things that, like, Windows does that takes up a lot of processing power. On the table. Do you mean the computer for home labbing? How to unlock a BIOS password. Give it back to its owner. Don't steal a computer. Did you know Nestle uses more water than AI? Okay, what does that change? You know humans use water. We should just get rid of the humans, right? Like, it's such a dumb argument every time. Oh, I have multiple pen testing tools on the table right now. I just haven't shown any, like, done anything with them in the past while. How to deauth 5G? That is massively illegal, like, federally. Also, what's above the flipper? I have my Wi-Fi pineapple out right now. I need to get some of the other tools, but that comes after I get a job because of closing my store. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to close my store too. Honestly, a lot of people have asked like why I closed my store. I have customers, I have income, like it's just there's too many extra hurdles and I'm just too burnt out. Is it legal to DDoS your own computer? Yes, technically. Your laptop used to be a beast and recently it's slowed down. When you got the fans changed, did you also get the thermal paste changed? Can you use a hard drive from an old laptop as an external storage with no problem? Pretty much. You just need an enclosure to put it in. Oh, mine's out on that desk. Like you can get very decent like hard drive enclosures for fairly cheap. Just put them in one of those. Like there will be some weirdness because of how Windows had stuff on there, but yeah, you want to sell your Wi-Fi pineapple. Any suggestions on where to sell it? eBay, Facebook Marketplace, things like that. How old of a laptop is it, Dreamy? Is there a tool I wish existed? There's a tool that was being put out, but then like it's one of the reasons I'm so tired of looking at Kickstarter because some of the tools I wish existed, they put on Kickstarter and then when they release it, like they change it to remove the thing that makes it so much better. Um because the thing I would really want is I want like they're a thing now where it's a screen with a keyboard and trackpad and you plug it into a system over type C and it works as the screen and keyboard and mouse for that device. The problem is when they first started putting them out, they included HDMI capabilities. They removed the HDMI capabilities on pretty much every single one I've looked up. And it is driving me nuts, especially because in my repair shop, I wanted to buy like 5 of them. That way I could do desktop repair so much easier. What's a good passion project? Well, for a passion project, it has to be something that you actually want. So I wouldn't be able to give you a passion project. I could tell you my passion projects. Do I need to clean the inside of my monitor? No. What is my main OS? Windows 11. Like, genuinely. I also use Mac OS. Oh, crap, I left my MacBook in my room. No, not a laptop with HDMI slash Type C. No, I want a screen. Like, here, I'll pull one up. I want one of these, but as an actual laptop. So this is something that you mount in your server rack so that you have a screening keyboard at your servers. Super useful, amazing. I want one myself for my server rack because that would be amazing. But they're very expensive. I want one of these, but as a laptop. No computer components, just a battery, a keyboard, a trackpad, and a screen. And I want it to be able to connect over HDMI. Like, that's the main thing. A lot of places have like come out with these things. I can't remember what they call them. Oh. Yeah, like this right here. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. So these, like, there's a ton of these out now where you connect them to a device like your phone and it gives you full desktop experience if your phone can provide that. My problem is when you look at how they connect, oh, this one actually has HDMI, but does it have HDMI in? Because most of them, when you actually look, they only do Type C. Because you can do the display and the keyboard and the mouse and USB ports over Type C. So companies like this try to just do it over Type C. This one might be one that actually does it. Is it still available or is it, yeah, currently unavailable? That's the other thing. The ones that actually had HDMI ports that I could find, no longer being sold. Let's see if this one does. If I can find one here, I will be so happy. Yeah, see, they just use Type C. They're just like, yeah, Type C will do it perfectly. No, I want to be able to connect to other things. Nope, just Type C. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm frustrated with. Nextdoc is actually the one that got me started on all this when Nextdoc came out. Do they actually have one for sale that has it? Actually, it wasn't Nextdoc. I just remember. Okay, Nextdoc was one of the ones I was looking up, but I don't know if they had confirmed if it had HDMI or not by the time I was looking at it. Because Next is also doing the new phone that I want. I'm not seeing HDMI on it though. And the main thing is I need HDMI because not all computers have HDMI. I will be right back. Okay, I'm genuinely glad I'm closing my store because of one thing. Customers don't read. There's a sign on my door covering up most of the window that says, "We are not taking on new clients. We are closing. We are in our final days of operation." And I still have people coming by going like, "Yeah, do I need to book an appointment so that I can drop off my computer?" No, no, we're closed. You know what I should probably do? I should probably mark on Google Maps that I'm permanently closed. I haven't wanted to do that because I have clients who have computers right now and I don't want them to look on there and be like, "Wait, it says permanently closed." But I've been in contact with my clients so they know. More. Can I edit business information? Best equipment for new cybersecurity student to learn. What area of cybersecurity? That's the main thing. Oh my gosh, it has HDMI. Okay. Next thing I'm going to be getting is probably a Nextdoc. There we go. I just updated my shop so it shows permanently closed. Hopefully that means people won't be coming to my shop to drop off stuff. If you're just starting out learning cybersecurity, you should not be doing pen testing. Which one is worse, Vista or ME? ME, 100%. Vista was actually functional. Like, Vista just was bloated. Yeah, like, I'll be honest, when I used Windows Vista, I didn't have issues. It actually worked for me. It wasn't until I like downloaded Windows 7 on that same computer and noticed like the performance boost that I got that I realized how bloated Vista was. Like I didn't run into any of the problems people normally complained about. What's my honest opinion for the Flipper on the Flipper Zero? I think too many people have sensationalized it and made it out to be more than it is. But I do think it is a fantastic educational tool for people to learn using. Have I heard about Linux on the PS5? Someone's actually cracked it. Um, your PC says no display, like on a different display. Like, are you trying to hook up a second display, or just your only display isn't giving a display? If I could move to another country, where would I move to? Um, I would either move to a Scandinavian country. Like I would prefer being in the EU or Canada on a second monitor. Are you sure your computer is capable of displaying on multiple monitors? Have I seen the new Wi-Fi Pineapple pager? Yes. I want one so badly, and I'm hopefully going to be able to get one once I nail down a job. Do you need liquid cooling for a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D? No. You can use an air cooler. I would recommend an AIO cooler instead of an air cooler. But now it says no display. It could be a driver updated and made it so it can only show on one display. Look for other driver updates. See if your graphics card has a driver update. Also, see if you have a BIOS update that you need to do. Because it could be that your GPU and motherboard are not fully compatible because it's missing a BIOS update. Sometimes when your driver for your GPU updates and you don't update your BIOS, you run into a dispute where they don't want to work together. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a computer to work on. You use integrated with the CPU and you're using multiple screens. Because yes, some computers can do that. I don't recommend it because that is a fairly high strain on your CPU. So you're losing performance from the CPU to have an extra screen. It could also be that there was an update that disabled that ability if it is the CPU. Hey, look, I got more bubble wrap for if anyone says that Marauder is software. Yeah, I would look at BIOS updates because that's probably going to be your best bet to get it working again. Oh, this is annoying bubble wrap. Is the RTX 2070 Super good in 26? Yeah, still a 20 series. This one actually has the Wi-Fi antennas, and it has stickers to actually mount the screen, so I don't have to use my own. Oh my goodness, this is so nice. See, this is one of the things that bugs me. This is one of the reasons I'm closing my shop. Because this is a new part prepared for install. This is what I haven't been able to get for like a year now. And then this bezel has the round bit at the bottom, so I don't need this. You have a Dell G15, and sometimes the laptop won't turn on unless you disconnect the battery. How old is it? Do I have a tutorial for home labbing? I do not yet, but I started one a long while ago, but I'm going to do a new one. I just haven't had the time, and hopefully closing down my shop and getting a part-time job, and then clearing things out from my shop will give me a little bit more time. Uh, Nab Loomer, how old is your laptop? Oh, I need my lamp over here. Is there any possibility that you can use your old laptop as a home lab? Yeah, of course. I have the computer. I do not. I have a computer out there that's a laptop that I have set up as a virtual server host for me to do home lab work on, or if I ever take it to a client site, it can act as servers at their location for me to get things up and running, or for me to test different things with. I've done that with multiple different servers over the years, just building them into laptops so that I can take them anywhere. Okay, it's 5 years old. The thing I'm going to recommend, there's a program called Bat Info View, BATTINFOVIEW, all one word. I'll pull it up on this computer in just a second to show you. It's going to be this software right here by Nursoft. That program will tell you the health of your battery. My guess is your battery is at a failure point. And so that's why you're running into this issue more and more often. Is your battery is struggling to keep up with the demands of the computer. And so when that happens, it just stops working properly. And you probably start getting more of the error where your computer needs to be fully turned off and have the battery removed before it'll turn back on. It's a fairly common issue, but especially when your battery starts dying, it happens more and more often. Can you upgrade the GPU in a laptop? Not really. Like, so if you look at this laptop right here, you can see the CPU is under this, and it is soldered to the board. So removing that and removing a GPU are pretty much the same. You would have to solder the entire like GPU onto the board and then also reprogram different components onto the board for it to properly recognize it. Okay. These Wi-Fi cables will never be connected again because they are not needed for the replacement. The new one comes with new ones. Yay! And now that comes out and that way. Okay, put that in there. Very carefully open this. Come on. Have I ever thought about changing my shop from brick and mortar? Uh, yeah, I would rather not do that. I don't even do mail in hardware repairs because it's so annoying. I would love to see you try to knock over my server rack, Zoe. It is about yay high. I have a server rack that is 4 foot tall. You can't knock that thing over easily. Oh, Dax, I'm still using the stuff you brought. I've been using it. I need to show some of the stuff I've done. It's just been all based off of how much time I have. But if there's any of the stuff you brought over that you want, feel free to let me know. I'm keeping most of the stuff from my shop. I'm just getting rid of the useless stuff. If I get one of the 2 new jobs that I'm trying for, I will have a lot more time and a lot more access to resources. Yeah, but when it's a taller server rack, you can knock it over easier. When it's a shorter server rack, it's not easy to knock over, especially with all the shit that's in the bottom of mine. No, pull tab, don't break. No. Ah. This is supposed to just be an easy little repair. I don't want to have to go fishing out a pull tab. It's one of the reasons we have these in my shop, and they get used a lot. I don't want to use a heating pad. There's so much stuff in the way. Oh my gosh. Ah, it just keeps breaking. Nope. Oh my gosh. These are the worst pull tabs of all time. Okay, let's remove this hinge. So this laptop will be unhinged. No. Come back here. No. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, pull tab. This is the other reason I'm not doing repair anymore. Oh, come on. I don't want to pry it up because if I pry it up, it'll just snap back. Hopefully this is somewhat entertaining to you guys as I finish some of the last repairs in my shop. No. No. Come on. I can even hear it when I grab it. It just... Ah! Okay, this is going to have to go on a heat bed so I can open it up. I'll have to do that later then. He's like, oh, I know. I'll repair this computer while on the live stream. Nope. Isn't this Lenovo? Why is it so bad? Where's this Dell? That's not going to help me because it's so hard to read those things. Ah, there's the top. Lenovo, why are you guys doing this? Why are your pull tabs so garbage today? Like, that was so bad. I have sweat on my glasses. Trying to get that thing out of there. And it did not want to pull. You've done a petabyte server? Holy cow. If your computer has a BIOS update, you should do it. Why no AI? Because I'm tired of AI bros. AI bros are so annoying. I probably need a petabyte server to store my stuff and properly organize it at this point. I have so much data. It's like not even funny. Yeah, BIOS updates can be scary, but they're a lot safer than they used to be. Do I give out service or work in IT? What do you mean? When should you replace laptop thermal paste? Usually with a laptop, I recommend every 5 years, give or take a couple of years, depending on use. Oh, no one reads my emails either. I am a contract IT guy. I do pretty much any IT work that needs doing. And then I just closed down my computer repair shop that I've been running for a decade. Are hard drives fixable when they start making noise? Sometimes the data is recoverable. I don't say they're fixable because you should never use a drive that has gone through repair. You should only get a drive working via repair so that you can get information off of it. How's the pay? I owned my own computer repair shop that I just closed. So yeah, I don't think the pay's that good. But I don't do things for the pay. How much is a flipper? I cannot remember what they're selling them for on their site right now. Ooh, let me know how well those pads work, Dax. I want to know different fun things that I can use like that. Yeah, isn't it like 200 or 250 somewhere in there? Yeah, no, I used to work for nonprofit and give my my abilities to nonprofits so they didn't have to pay as much. And yeah, no, I'm feeling that now. Does anyone here use a Proxmox cluster? Multiple of us. I do. Zoe does. Yeah. What's my next move? I literally closed my shop yesterday. I don't know. Probably catch up on sleep. I do not want to run another business, honestly. I am not looking forward to the fact that as a content creator, I'm going to have a business running at some point if I want to continue down the path I'm going. That I am not looking forward to that because running my own business, I don't mind putting in the hard work on the front end stuff, but the back end stuff is the stuff that's a nightmare for me. Does the website still open or close as the shop? What do you mean? Yeah. No, I need to use AI to have it manage all my backend stuff. Yeah, no, DT bro, it is exhausting. Like some of the comments on my video, like I've worried that like I've been overdoing it and I haven't been doing like some easy way to run my business. And everything I'm finding online, like from people commenting as I close my business who have also run businesses and computer repair places, and they're like, all of them are just like, yeah, 100%, like the same issues. All of my bearded IT guy stuff is going to keep going even though I close my shop. The only website that won't run anymore is my actual shop website. I'm probably going to do something with it. Like, I'm probably going to work to have it do something because I have a very good name for my business. It's just, I don't want to be running my business anymore. So I'm going to figure out something to do with it. Let OpenClaw run it? No. AI hallucinates way too much for me to trust it. Why did I close my shop? Burnout for one thing, and also it's just not as viable to run a computer repair shop anymore. Like trying to have suppliers, I lost 12 suppliers in the past year. because someone decided that flat tariffs work, even though they don't. And anyone who understands finance can tell you that flat tariffs don't work. Oh my gosh, could you imagine Skynet on our current like AI systems? I don't think we would be as screwed as they are in the Terminator series, but like it would probably kill us by accident. Oh, I need to read Dungeon Crawler, Carl. Building PCs costs a lot of money. Hence why I don't do a lot of PC builds. And that's why my shop didn't do PC builds after a while. It was just so much time and money sunk into trying to do computer building. Is it possible to push a basic office PC to work around 20 to 30 watts? What do you mean? Oh yeah, I make PCs for fun, but like as a business, building PCs for customers just like constantly a nightmare because you have to keep up with parts, you have to keep up with part prices, you have to know what is compatible, what is not, what will actually have a boost if you run them together or not. Yeah, it's just yeah, I am not going to do anything that is me running a business again. At least not for a really long time. Am I into electronics? Yes, I love electronics. I studied electrical engineering because I was in robotics engineering. So, three different systems all connected into together: mechanical, electrical, and computer. What cooler do I recommend for overclocking? I don't recommend overclocking. I recommend Arctic coolers. They have really nice coolers, or NZXT. NZXT is very like those ones are so straightforward and easy to install. I look like Jerry Riggs Everything's older brother. I am younger than he is, and he lives just a little ways down from me. Like he lives a couple cities down from me. I have seen his car multiple times. I'm pretty sure I'm younger than him. Let's see. Yeah, I am. I am a year younger than him. Jerry Rig Everything is one of those creators I would love to meet and like work with, but I know I am so far from that. Like I am a tiny creator. Ugh, sorry. I've been exhausted because I just closed my shop and my body went, "Oh, we're finally done now? Okay, we're going to turn off stress mode." What spec do I recommend for running VMs? Minimum of 16 gigabytes of RAM and a decent, like pretty much any processor that is like comparable to an i5 or an i7 from the past 5 years. Like, it's a fairly broad range. You do not need a lot of power to run a virtualization host. Do I also have the HackRF Portapack? Nope. That is one I want to get. I have a laundry list of pen testing tools that I want to get. Like, I am going to be filling out one of my larger pack out boxes with pen testing tools over time. I'm also going to be filling out a pack out box with a server. I have been so tired today. Have I gotten any new notifications that I need to look at? I have like, let's see, 3 screens and then my phone that are all giving me notifications right now. Is 16 gigabytes of RAM good? I mean, it's the base level that most people should have at this point. I highly recommend if you're going to do anything like gaming or multitasking that you have at least 32 at this point. Like 16 is now low end in my opinion if you're using Windows. 32 is about mid range. Do I know any way to run Mac apps on Linux? I do not. Do I have a Flipper Zero? No. I've never seen one before in my life. How's that battery doing? I remember when 8 gigs was plenty too. I remember when 16 gigs was high end. Do I know how to code? Yes. I know how to code in multiple different languages. Granted, I'm a little bit rusty on a lot of them. Favorite Linux distro. Ubuntu is my like still in my heart my favorite because it was for so long, but Linux Mint is the one that I go to now. Have I made any tools for the Flipper? Yes, but not for my Flipper, for others. Has this movie actually officially come out? It is streaming on Paramount Plus. I need to go through this movie and get screenshots. Because I want to see if the stuff that I built is visible in the movie. Do I know about routers and Wi-Fi? Yeah. Also, thank you so much for the cat gifts. I am yawning so much today. Do, 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 do. I've not had any caffeine today. I'm trying to see if I can detox from caffeine for a couple of days and then go back to. Um, Sorry, my brain is in a fog right now. I'm checking messages that just came through, and I'm also changing my shop sign to say closed because I realized I did not have that set. Okay. Any recommendations for Wi-Fi routers to work at 120 megabit per second? Um, I mean the one like if you want to go business grade, I would go with Alta Labs. They have the Route 10. I really like that one. It's simple and easy. If you want to go residential, then I would go with TP-Link. I do not have a GitHub. I am not good about documenting and that type of stuff. Yeah, I legitimately want to just take another nap. I took one earlier, and my body's just like, you have not had enough sleep. Oh, I'm not a fan of Unify at all. I have stopped using Unify and moved completely away from it. Because Unify, I have run into too many issues and their support sucked. Like, I have been on too many job sites where their network was down because of something, and we can't get support, and it was something on the Unify end. And so, or just features that, like, they brag about and then the features just don't work properly. Like, they've been doing better lately from everything I've heard, but I'm just like, it's far too late at this point. I have moved on. Cisco support, I have had Cisco support send me devices the next day to the middle of nowhere when one of their devices has failed because their support has been amazing. What alternative do I use versus Unify? Alta Labs. Oh yeah, there have been a few features that Unify has said that they have, but is not there. My, I'm currently working on. Someone asked about home lab videos, and I'm currently working on the plans for them. Still, I filmed a little bit, but didn't like how it looked, and so rescripted it and everything. Um, but now I am working on that, and the first video in that is setting up a network that can handle it a little bit better and going over Alta Lab stuff. It is very much going to be. This video is technically a promo because they sent me all of this stuff, and I really like their products. What use can you give a blacklisted phone? What do you mean a blacklisted phone? Have I finished that Pelican box at all? No, but I have all the parts for it. Except for like the computer that goes inside, but I'm just going to be it's going to just have a general mount inside so I can swap out what motherboard so as I need to upgrade I can. Have I gotten any new job opportunities lately? No, I'm still waiting to hear back about a few different jobs currently. Which it's always fun waiting to hear if your like application has made it to the next phase or if it's just sitting on a shelf. I have a few connections places, so I'm not too worried. Oh, the Pelican. I thought you were talking about the Pelican case that I'm working on. So I have gotten that Pelican server up and running, and I've gotten games started on it. The games cannot find the server. Like, straight up, I have tried multiple different games, and the server is running on Pelican. All of the settings appear to be correct, as far as I can tell, unless I'm missing something big. But the games just don't find it. I've tried it with Minecraft and I've tried it with Factorio now because Factorio is easier to set up a server for and just have work. Like Factorio servers, fairly easy, just plug and play for the most part. Minecraft should also be plug and play for the most part, especially on Pelican, which is a system designed to make gaming servers. I really want to do a Satisfactory one, but everything I've heard is Satisfactory is a nightmare to set up. So, what kind of jobs? I am currently trying to find a part-time IT job. I would prefer to work part-time because I want to continue doing content like this, and I'm going to continue doing content like this. I just kind of would like to be able to sleep as well. Sleep is nice. Yeah, Zoe, I was actually going to pester you and see if you had any ideas why it wasn't working. Uh, yeah. Oh, okay. So it's a phone that you just can't activate cellular. Okay. I would see if it's one that you can run NetHunter on. Kali NetHunter. It is the mobile version of Kali Linux. Kind of. It has a ton of fun features. Like there's two different versions. There's a version you can run as an app on your phone, and then there's a version where it is the entire OS for the phone. Yeah, I know there's other ways to run a Minecraft server, but I'm trying to get this up and running because I would just like to be able to like hit three buttons and have a new server come online. Sleep is overrated. Yeah, but I can't survive purely off of Monster alone. My heart will explode. Crafty is just for Minecraft, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's just a Minecraft one. I want one that like I can run all my different game servers from. Oh, it's also Hytale. That makes sense. I need to play more Hytale. I've been enjoying that game. I just don't play it that much. Oh, I am shocked that we don't have more server hosts that use ChatGPT to set up their server for them because so many people have been using like ChatGPT and things like that. And it just ends up being a security risk. Like so many people have security risks because they've been using ChatGPT and they don't realize it. Like part of me kind of wants them to do it because I miss my good old days when I was a griefer and I would log on to servers that had very, very weak security and just had fun in mean ways. Like some of my favorites were like offline servers. Oh my gosh, the security on offline servers was atrocious. Like I did so much griefing on offline servers because they're servers that are running offline. They don't follow the rules and they like encourage people to pirate and steal stuff for a game that costs like $15. How much does Minecraft cost right now? Holy crap. Minecraft's like $30 now. Used to be like 15. Yeah, pay to win servers are the other one that I used to go after a lot. Like specifically our rules were offline servers that had pay to win stuff. So they encouraged you to pirate the game but then play on their servers and pay them. That was always messed up in my head and I'm like, "Okay, let's go have fun." Yeah, at least the $30 gets you both versions of the game. So it's not like atrocious, but the fact that it's still $30 at this point, and I doubt they do any sales on it. You're planning on doing a server that has a cracked version of Bedrock? Should you be concerned about me? I mean, if you're going to put it live on the internet and do pay to win stuff while it's cracked, yeah. I mean, I don't do that stuff anymore, but yeah, back in the day that was a lot of fun. Am I going to DEF CON this year? No, I am not. But I am meeting up with one of my friends who I am so excited. I am meeting up with one of my friends who I learned cybersecurity stuff from. I'm not going to mention what cybersecurity stuff because I don't want to like out what friend I'm meeting up with. But it's someone who has been a hacker in the community for a long while, and he's coming to a convention that is in Utah every year. And I'm not going to that convention, but I am going to meet up with him, and we're going to go get coffee. No, I'm going to. He's going to be at Saint Con, and so I'm going to meet up with him during that, which I think is in October. I want to say. If I get one of the jobs, it's like in the same city. How do you boot your computer into safe mode? If it's in a boot loop, it's a little bit harder. Honestly, from yeah, I wanted to. Does anyone know a good way to do it without a force power off? Because the main ways to get to it are from the power button, like from the shutdown button in Windows. Um, Honestly, you'll probably have to hard shut down your computer. Like the moment Windows starts loading, like you see the little like spinny thing, hold down the power button until it shuts off. Or if you can pull the power, do that. Do it a few times until it shows the like advanced startup options. That's kind of the best way to do it at that point. Yeah, usually it should be after 3 force reboots, but yeah. You have an external SSD duct taped to the laptop lid. The thing that me and like a bunch of my friends have done over time is you'll take your laptop, let's grab this one, and you'll put like a Velcro patch right here. I've even done it with like the command strip Velcro. I mean, BIOS won't get you to the safe mode for Windows boot. What is my Twitch? The same as it is everywhere else. Or you can go to thebeardeditguy.com and see it there. Yeah, like most photographers I know, they have multiple Velcro patches on the back of their laptop. When I have done like back in like the COVID era, I was doing a lot more quick and dirty IT things and like oh, what's that called? There's a term for the job I used to do that's not IT. Um Technical director. I used to be a technical director for live streams and for video productions. My laptop during that time, two massive Velcro strips on the back, one on the left, one on the right, so I could just put things on it. You can do MagSafe for laptop. Let me go grab my MacBook. I'll show you. Because Android doesn't have MagSafe, a lot of companies will send out their devices with like this little ring. See the ring around my logo right there? That is a MagSafe ring. Like it's not as powerful as the one in the iPhone, but it's still decent enough where let's see if I can find it. Yeah. It will stick using that. If like I have external drives that have MagSafe and I'll just attach them onto that. My lovely MacBook that I have used so much and abused so much. I'm find a safe place to put it. I have no safe places to put my MacBook. Oh no. Also, this is gonna bug me if I don't fix this right now. No, it's supposed to stay in there. Stay. There we go. Why are those lights off? Oh, I told my phone to turn off all the lights last night, didn't I? I didn't even notice my bookshelf was not colorful right now. You need to buy a laptop mainly for school. Like, you do a lot of programming, coding. What should you look for? I recommend Lenovo is my first company I recommend. Go to their actual site because they have phenomenal like workstation computers. Lenovo, Dell, and then the MacBook Neo. Yeah, exactly, Zoe. The MacBook Neo is like one of my most recommended computers. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Yeah, because the MacBook Neo, like, it's inexpensive, and if you're doing coding that you can do on a Mac, then it is phenomenal. The performance on it, and it's actually repairable, which is shocking for MacBook. I am in love with my MacBook. There's too many things I can't do with a MacBook for my jobs, but like I use my MacBook more than any other laptop. Like I have this laptop that I use in my office and is what I use when I'm streaming, and it's a powerful Windows laptop, but I still grab my MacBook when I want to get stuff done. It's the perfect size. It just sits on my lap, and yeah, I love it. You're in high school and you plan on starting a repair business. Any tips? Don't do it. Like, especially right now, my tip is don't do it. I literally just closed my computer repair shop. It is computer repair is possible, but it's not viable to run a business off of computer repair at this point. Just isn't. Console repair, that's another tough one. Usually you're going to be doing ship in repairs, and doing ship in repairs is a nightmare in and of itself. Like, honestly, I hate the fact that my recommendation is working for someone else. Like, it's annoying. Best ESP32 project. It's kind of like asking what's the best thing to do on a computer. That's a very broad question. I'm trying to convince myself that I should not go take a nap, but my body's just like, you know, you want to. Holy cow, TikTok has dropped into the single digits for people watching this right now. Phone repair is also a massive pain. Like everyone that I've ever known who's worked in phone repair or run a phone repair shop has said the same thing. If you're going to do phone repair, you need to have a decent stock of like every main screen, and then you need to be doing like a minimum of 20 to 30 repairs a day. Ooh, I'm excited. Also, I need to finish working on the Discord so I can launch it. I need to post a video to see if I can find people who will help me out with the Discord. I think that's going to be my next step because I have basic implementation started. Do I pay for Apple Care on any of my devices? No, because all of my devices are secondhand. Especially considering I have viewers across multiple platforms, I want a place where like my viewers can chat with each other and also ask questions and not just have me answering questions, but like other people can answer questions. Yeah, next phone I'm buying, like if I buy another iPhone, I'm getting Apple Care on it. Um, which is probably in my future, probably in the next year. I'm probably going to order one. First thing I'm doing is getting a Samsung phone, though. I want a new Samsung phone so bad. Oh, I have Discord pulled up on this computer. So, like, one of the things I've done, I have an area for people to ask tech questions, and it is set up so it is a form. So people can ask a question and the others can reply to it. And it's even going to have, like, I need to put in the title thing saying, could be answered in a video type thing. Is Apple really releasing a flip iPhone? Probably. Like, at least some sort of folding option. That's the rumor. And it's a big enough rumor that, honestly, probably makes sense. I remember years ago, one of my favorite podcasts, one of them was like talking about how like iPhone rumors seem to constantly be true. Like the major rumors you hear end up being true. And one of the other people on the podcast is like, that's not true. They're saying there's two different specs for the new iPhone. And he was like adamant, dying on that hill of, since they have two different specs and it's two different phones, it clearly can't be the same. It was the year they released the cheap version of the iPhone, the one with the plastic back. And I don't think he ever realized that he was so wrong. Maybe answered hi or with moonshine. I mean, that video flopped so hard. I'm planning on releasing another 2 videos where I'm answering questions like that, but that video flopped so massively that it makes it so hard to do another, like, legitimately, like on TikTok. Most of my videos, a normal video gets about 2,000 views. That's what I come to expect. If a video takes off, it can do major numbers. Like my video I posted yesterday, I'll be so for real for you guys. My video I posted yesterday talking about the closure of my repair shop, there was a lot of me looking for sympathy because it's a very rough moment. And I wanted to have sympathy, and I knew that's what I needed for my brain. I know my brain well enough to know what I need. And so I posted that video. That video has 20,000 views. The video before it has almost 4,000. If I go down to the one where I am explaining how communication works between your computer and another device, 815 views. That tells me one very specific thing. It was not a good video. I'm going to try a few more to see if it is like some fluke with that video, if I didn't do timings right, because I did have a longer lead up on the front of that video, but that shouldn't matter as much. Yeah. What's the difference between normal Intel series and Ultra series? Hey, Dax, you still there? Oh, Apple's new prices are going to be so expensive. Like, straight up, they have been like subsidizing their costs so much. Dax, what is the difference between normal Intel series and Ultra series? I'm asking the person who knows hardware way better than I do. Oh no, my dolphin is packing up and leaving because I don't use my flipper enough. I think that's one of the things that makes me not want to use the flipper as much. I think one of the best things is Dax's name is actually on the screen right now, like his username over on YouTube. It's just hidden behind the TikTok chat. Which, by the way, guys, since we are just sitting here, do me a favor, tap on that screen, give me some likes, give me some love. The Ultra has an NPU. Isn't that neural processing unit? Which is the local AI processor, not the server AI processor, which is the TPU on the server end. Okay, which one do you guys think? Ah, in the case. Which one do you think will attract more people to the stream? I mean, if I just have them both on the stream, that'd be fun. Yeah, Intel got bored and decided a new naming scheme would be proper. Alpha AWUS. I do not know that specific alpha adapter. I can look it up, but I prefer alpha adapters over anything else because they work better with like Linux, and you can also do really fun things with them if you do cybersecurity stuff. Oh, you said ACM, right? Oh yeah, that one is fantastic. I've actually used that one. Just put that AI is destroying your brain. That will attract people. I mean, I can do this. Let's see. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. It's gonna be a pain because of TikTok being on my screen. Because the chat is like an overlay on top of everything else. If I go here, if I go here, there we go. How's that? I have it set so I can automatically like change what my stream title is and everything like that just as a notepad. Oh, this motherboard? This motherboard is dead. This is from a system that I replaced before the video I put out talking about how I should have kept my policy about recommending replacing CPU and motherboard at the same time. I did this swap and I had been using that policy. Both the CPU and the motherboard were dead. When I got the new motherboard and CPU, I tested out the CPU. It was also dead. Yeah, you think that'll work? That's a yeah. People tend to not like that stance. Okay, TikTok just told me it's detected that live chat didn't appear on your screen in the past 2 minutes. Try using a mobile device to view comments for your live chat and performance in real time. You know what's really dumb about that? Here's my screen. The reason I could read that off to you is because it was on my screen. TikTok chat is just so needy. Like the TikTok app just like is like, hey, 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 pay attention to us. Hey, are you trying to game? Hey, are you trying to do something? Hey, you need to tell us that you're still here. Hey, what's going on? Like, are those my takes? Yeah. Are US electronics cheaper? Not really. Electronic prices have been going up, and they're probably going to go up drastically more because of the Strait of Hormuz. Like a lot of people don't mention this, but let's see. Because one of the main places that like manufactures PCBs is stuck behind the Strait of Hormuz. I used to use Safari all the time. Safari used to be my go-to, even on Windows. And like straight up, I loved using Safari for a very long time, and then I switched back over to Chrome. Can I explain how AI is a bubble? Um, yeah, sure. That's an easy one. AI is not making money. The amount of money you pay to use AI is not enough to make up for how much it costs for you to use AI. Most of the stuff going on with AI is based on investments between companies. And it's usually the same money going in a big circle. Someone asked how AI is harmful. It gives bad information. It causes oh, what's the term? There's a term for like people who use AI and then uh isn't it AI psychosis? Um oh yeah, a lot of investors. Um it's an insane amount and like it's a lot of money. And then like it legitimately causes like if you overuse AI, your brain stops thinking about the stuff you're using AI for. And so like your brain is a muscle. If you're not using it, you're going to lose the capabilities you have and have to retrain your brain to work back up. We've already seen it in one study so far, and there's multiple other studies that are being worked on that are longer term studies. But it's also one of those, once you start realizing that there's harm, it's harder to study it because it's unethical to study it. If it runs out of enough funds to run, it's going to be gone. I mean, AI will always be around. It's just the major companies doing the most harm will eventually go away because of how it is. Yeah, and like I'm excited about what happens when AI is no longer this what it is right now. When it is no longer a bubble and a self-feeding horribleness, it can become a really useful tool. But right now, it's just a lot of finance bros that are investing in it in a circle and causing it to be a bubble. Oh yeah, the military is also investing in heavily, which is always a fun concern. What are some good? Oh, I can never remember how to pronounce that properly. It's one of those acronyms I can never remember how to pronounce properly. OSINT tools to use for lookups. I mean, most of the ones I normally use, I usually end up loading up Parrot OS Security Edition um, because it has those tools built in. That's usually what I do because both Kali Linux and Parrot OS Security Edition try to keep up on what tools are the most preferred, so they have them built into the OS. That's usually how I go off of like, hey, this is seems to be what the industry standard has. Is there anything different? Like that's my starting point for that type of research. Why am I closing my store? Because it is not viable to run a computer repair shop in this day and age, especially with the constant threat of tariffs and the constant threat of trade wars. It's just not viable. I lost 12 suppliers in the past year. I probably lost a couple others that were minor suppliers that I just don't keep tabs on, but yeah. Yeah, no, like the tools in Parrot OS Security Edition are full feature for doing that type of research. Oh yeah, there was a long period where I was trying to resell components from computers that had failed, like because I could verify some components, but there were still broken parts that I couldn't sell. But the working parts I tried to sell, and it just got to be such a headache. I have a few job opportunities that I'm hoping for. That autocorrect is amazing. Oh my goodness. That can't be right. I was told terrorists were supposed to help American business owners. Instead of tariffs, terrorists. Yes. I love that. I love that too much. Is that a Wi-Fi pineapple? Yes, it is. That is the Wi-Fi pineapple Mark 7. I also have the Tetra, the Nano, the Mark 5, the Mark 4, and I think a Mark 3 somewhere. Is yard sale and reselling viable or not really? There's so many people who do it. Like I live in I live in Utah, and if you didn't know about Mormons, Mormons have their own thrift store called DI or Deseret Industries. I go to quite a few of those looking for computer things just to see what they have or for cosplay parts. I also love cosplaying, so hopefully with more time I can do that more. And the amount of people I see going through there with their phone like beep, I can't make money off of that. Beep, no, can't make money off of that. And like going through finding things they can make money off of. Like it drives me insane. Oh, you would think as prices of things go up, repair becomes more viable, and that's normally true. Except when the price of RAM and storage increases and you suddenly can't get basic parts. Like this. The company that sent me this, I would work to make one of my suppliers because they actually sell new parts with them ready to be installed. So this has the Wi-Fi antenna. This has the strips for me to put it in and it's all ready to go. But finding those is becoming fewer and farther between because of tariffs and because of trade wars. Why do I get mad at resellers? Because there's so many of them. And honestly, like, it frustrates me because most of those thrift stores that they're going through and grabbing stuff from are there for low income people to be able to get things that they're not normally able to access. Like, I think the one that made me finally not like resellers is the ones who go through looking for clothes. Because there are ones that go through looking for clothes that they can resell that are like really nice clothes or things like that. Like, and that was the moment I went, "Oh, this is fucked up." Are the Onset tools built into Parrot OS free or are they paid free? All of the tools built into Parrot OS are open source free tools that are available. What are you doing? You moved away from my hand. I can't give you scritches if you move away from my hand. Oh, you want to come up on my lap? Okay. I have a cat. I'm gonna put my legs over here. So Would it frustrate me if you resold DDR4 found at Goodwill for 300? Not really. Like, it's mainly so the two areas that it drives me nuts is when I see people reselling books and clothes. Hi. You're just like, oh, you're not petting me. I need both hands. Because both of those are ones that are in dire need for low income people. Computers and things like that just tend to be a hindrance for low income people, especially if found at a thrift store. That's just something they got to get repaired. I'm gonna have you lay down on it. Have a good one, Zoe. Go relax. Oh, the head scratches. Someone's one head scratches. Why are you moving around on my lap so much? I can't pet you easily if you keep moving. Come back over here. Lay down. Just let me pet you like a maniacal evil person as I talk about how harmful and terrible AI is. AI is going to destroy everything. It is horrible, and we should all avoid it at no matter what. I think that's what people think my actual argument is when that's not. I think that's always my favorite things is so many people are just like, yeah, you just think AI is bad and there's no good parts. I'm like, no, that's not what I said. How can I ever be sad when I have a cat? What is my net worth? 2 cats. How much do I make? You talk too much about low income. I literally worked for a nonprofit for a decade that helped low income people. I worked with a food bank. Like, I also grew up low income. I had a single parent. Oh, so if I'm going like this, it just looks really weird because you guys can't see that there's a cat on my lap right now. Yeah, it's probably not a good thing. I might want to put what in my bio because you had no idea that I had worked for a nonprofit. I talk about it in numerous videos. AI is harmful. That's a loaded statement, isn't it? I mean, kind of, but like, it's true. Oh yeah, no, okay, okay. Because pizza mentioned this, I need to talk about this. If you work IT and you want to know why, are they cat 5 or cat 6? Cat 6. And you want to know why, like the one thing I miss the most about working nonprofit IT, look at the website TechSoup. That is the website most nonprofits go through to get their like software and things like that. I was able to get Windows Server Data Center Edition 2012 when it had just come out for less than $200. Like, you can't beat that. Oh, there's someone with a really good take. AI isn't really AI. Exactly. Large language models are not actually AI, but everyone knows it as AI. And I've tried for a long time to just say LLMs and things like that, but no, people just don't understand when you don't say AI. So I'm anti AI. Please tell me which of my statements say I'm anti AI. Yeah. Like, the one thing that tells me that we have not actually reached AI is they're not actually able to learn. They're able to reference, but they're not able to learn. Those are two very different things. And that's why, like, you always hear, like, oh, we have to retrain the AI. That's not the same AI anymore. When they train it, they are making a new AI that is generations down from the one they started with. I mean, no, don't mute him because he's just showing he doesn't have a life. Like, seriously, people who just go into comment sections to spam just show that they don't have a life. Ooh, there's another good take. Flipper Zero is overrated. That's actually a very true take. I completely agree with them. Yeah, I didn't say that training new AI off of old AI is new. I said that that's not actually it learning. That's it making a descendant that has the knowledge. So, along with spamming in chat and mocking people, you just don't have any understanding of what people say. How is that not learning? So, if I give you a book and then remove you, and your descendant knows what's in that book, does that mean you learned what was in the book? Can I recommend $1,000 PC build? No. That is legitimately a comparison. That's legitimately what we're talking about. Because it is not the same code just gaining information. It is new code trained with new information that is based off of the previous one. You don't know how machine learning works, do you? My main issue with Claude is we have been seeing too many developers who have been relying on it too much, so they do not understand their code. So you run into two different problems. One is the security aspect because Claude is not programming for security. It's programming for the lowest common denominator. And two, the people who don't know the code, so that means they can't patch it when something goes wrong. They have to go back to the AI to keep using it. And Claude is losing money because it costs more to run the systems and train them than they make from people using it. I actually kind of want to see what Mythos actually can do because I get the feeling it is just mostly, oh, look at all these amazing things that Mythos found that are also on this list of things that people have already found and reported to us. We just didn't do anything about. Have you been muted at all? I like how this person is going, no, I get muted if I comment. Okay. Hey, moderators, any of my moderators in chat, do not mute the FG too slow person. So, what's your excuse now that no one's going to mute you? Or are you just that weak of a troll that you now try to troll other people in the comment because you realized you couldn't troll me? I get the feeling it's the latter. You are too late reading. Do you realize that there's a stream delay? How? I would ask you what you don't know, but I feel like asking you what you do know could fit on one sheet of paper. So, oh, and now you go with the bold. Oh, I'm sorry, my testosterone levels are too high for you. Do you think you're saying something that actually affects me? Yeah, totally in my head. I can't even think. Yeah, no, I miss the days when trolls were actually decent. Ugh, got a hair in my mouth. I think that's one of the reasons cybersecurity has been going downhill is because the trolls have not been as good. And so, like, over time, they just get weaker and weaker. Maybe if my genetics were better. What is wrong with my genetics? I am 6'3" and can grow a beard. I'm built like a brick wall. Like, do you think you're saying mean things? Are you just that in love with AI that you don't like anyone who says that AI has harmful things? Oh my god, did Notch start vibe coding? That is too hysterical. I'm gonna be so for real. Notch coding. Yeah. No. Like I cannot stand that guy. He made one game that I actually really liked, but he has not been involved with it for so long. Oh, my favorite one is I've had multiple different models. Um Multiple different AI models that have told me like distances to places were very different. Like one of them told me that the nearest Waffle House was either the one in Colorado or Kansas City. Those are two very different distances apart. Sometimes in games, my PC freezes for a second or two. That makes me think you may want to be checking your thermals on your GPU and motherboard. Not just like your CPU, but there should also be motherboard temps. Double check your thermals because it might be hitting thermal throttling and not being able to deal with it that well. Hey, 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 troll in the chat. No, no trolling other people. Your GPU screws are stripped so you can't open it. I mean, if the screws are stripped, there are still ways to open it. There are, like, if you use a rubber band, if you use, like, screw extractors, there's countless ways to remove screws. Yeah, that's why I'm saying you may want to check your motherboard temps, because it could also be that it's having communication issues because of too high of a temp. I don't ban people, I mute people. Unless they're, like, overt trolls. How did I get interested in IT? You guys want to hear the funny story? Watch, the troll's gonna make fun of me for this one. My mom knew about more about computers than I did, and like I was impressed. She literally changed the CPU in our computer at one point because the computer was not working. So she ordered a new CPU, got the new CPU, and installed it along with the new thermal paste and got everything working on it. That blew my mind as a kid, and I wanted to like straight up learn what she knew. Okay, now he's just spamming. It's gotten boring now, dude. I will block you for being boring. And I'm not saying that to everyone else. I'm saying that specifically to the troll in chat. Oh, you've gotten so boring. Okay, bye, troll. You have a 2013 iMac, and you want to know what you can do to make it run smoother when playing Roblox? You might be able to add more RAM to it, but I don't know your capabilities on installing another operating system, so that would probably be the most I would recommend. Oh no, someone called me a giga chat. What is your definition of a chat? Do I have any new projects I have lined up? I have quite a few. I'm planning on doing quite a few different like tech projects for videos and things like that. My main thing right now, the thing that is holding me back from doing those projects, is I have 6 computers left in my repair shop that are need to get back to customers and need to be finished, and then I have to redo that entire room. That entire room needs to be heavily redone so I can film out there and store things decently and have my living room back. I'm going to have a living room again. All Wi Fi networks can be hackable? Yeah, technically. It just depends on how well you do security. Let's see. Any other fun questions or comments about what's on the board? You have a 5070 Ti. What's the best CPU so it doesn't bottleneck? I don't know what the best CPU would be, but you want to go with Intel. How is automating tasks harmful? You don't need AI to automate tasks. Self promo from people that I actually like enjoy having in my stream is allowed, so you can go ahead. Shirazab. Shiraz. I cannot. Is it Shiraz? I can't even speak now. I'm just gonna go. I can't speak. I tried pronouncing your name and my brain broke. Oh, I love AMD, but the person asked about a 5070, so it's gonna work a little bit better with Intel. I was gonna go with Shiraz, but I didn't want to be rude or offensive. All of those automations are things you don't need AI for. Do I retro game or have any retro game products projects? I actually have a sleeper build that I'm going to be building out in an old school case, and I just saw someone has the same case as me. I saw like I was doom scrolling in the middle of the night as I couldn't sleep, and I saw the case. I'm like, yes. Would I consider artificial intelligence one of the best learning tools for beginners? No. Like there are some people that would benefit from using AI to help teach them, but one of the biggest problems is AI hallucinates. So how do you know what you're learning is actually correct? Is it true chip prices will rise because of the data centers big tech companies are building? It's already been rising. Someone asked, they just programmed a cloud-based thing. What is a DAW? Should they just host it on their own server? Yeah. You can even do like this is my recommended server for people to start with. This should be able to digital audio workstation. Okay. This would be able to handle it. Like a little mini PC like this, an HP Elite Mini. Yeah. And then if you keep doing stuff with like cloud-based things, build out a home lab. Like, just build out a simple one that is just for you to host stuff on. I'm always sad when like the AI bros like go away after saying like one or two things because they can't handle any pushback. Also, I'm gonna be showing off my home lab through this process. Should I move? Should I redesign my studio so my home lab is visible? Because this room will most likely stay the same. This is my office. It also happens to be like my lounge. There's a couch right there. Like right behind this table is a couch. My partner was sitting on that couch while I was live streaming while they were here. um Use AI to find a good layout. What do you mean? Layout for like my live stream? I like my live stream layout. My live stream layout is nice. I can show things off. I can change what text is on the screen. What happens to all the AI bots after the bubble pops? Some of them will most likely just not exist anymore. I am like OpenAI is the one that I think would go away out of all of them. Traded Platypus, I don't consider you an AI bro. Like, you can be a fan of AI without being an AI bro. AI bros are the type of people who will argue for AI, and then like when they're hit with facts, they're just like, well, you're still wrong. Like, that's an AI bro. It's the same with like Apple bros and things like that. It's the type of person who has the mentality of, I have to be right. The facts can't prove me wrong. Like, yeah. Like, I get using AI. There's countless people out there that use AI, and I'm just like, yeah. I miss when AI wasn't mainstream. Right? Yeah, but OpenAI, what are the other ones? There's a couple other ones that like I've talked with some of my friends and we're just like, yeah, these are probably the ones that are going to go away when the bubble pops. And it's going to be harmful, honestly, when the bubble pops, if any of those companies go away. Because there's countless companies that rely on APIs to those AIs to get things done. I miss when storage was affordable. Yeah, right? I'm kind of thinking maybe I should like clean this up and dust off this drive and start using it again because maybe that'll be cheaper than buying a new drive. I want like both of my streaming desktop and my gaming desktop both need RAM upgrades because my gaming desktop is 32 gigabytes of RAM, right? Yeah, 32 on that one and 16 on my streaming system. I'd like to update those and upgrade them. Oh, I need to find out if one of my favorite creators um has gone down the AI route because like someone said over on YouTube, Apple plus Tesla plus AI, the best tech bros who ever lived. One of my favorite content creators of all time, the guy who created Red versus Blue, Bernie Burns. Apple person. He drove a Tesla. He can't stand Elon Musk, but he drove a Tesla for a while. I want to know his take on AI because if he just happened to be skirting the line of that type of bro, that would be hysterical. Do I believe AI will linearly or exponentially grow? No, no. The current stuff that we have is like literally as it grows more and more, it becomes stupider. And they haven't been able to fix that part. That's the main thing that's been going on. Give me just a second. I gotta let a cat. Why did you get muted? You're confused because you're here to troll. You're pretending to be an AI assistant. Am I against AI since it can't really benefit me personally? No, that's not why I'm why I think AI is bad. I think AI is bad because it is harmful. Like for the most part, it is a harmful technology that is not actually technology has not advanced to the point where what we're currently using is actually viable. Hence why most of the companies have been losing money using AI. And also a lot like most of the companies that have tried to implement AI tools have lost money. Like they haven't gained more money because of it. They haven't saved money because of it. They've ended up losing money because it's not exactly a viable tool for a lot of things we're using it for. Do I believe deficits of memory components is real or artificially created? Artificially created for the most part, especially because most of the data centers that were promised to be built haven't entirely been built yet to the point where they can use the chips. Yeah, once we get to AGI, then we will actually see. You have a server rack with a Dell PowerEdge R630, and that is all. One of the first things I would add is a JBOD and a shelf or drawer. Once I added shelves into my my rack, then I actually was able to do more, including most of my shelves are now holding up other servers that I can't get brackets for. Do I not agree people can wear more hats and build their skills faster than without access to AI? Some people are able to build their skills faster, but one of the main issues, like I just mentioned earlier, if you're learning from AI, how do you know that AI is telling you the truth? How do you know it's not hallucinating? Especially because we've seen that hallucinations often go up as they have been doing more work to give it more data. Like, I think some people can gain skills more with the help of AI, but we are not at a point where it is a viable technology that doesn't do more harm than good. Hence, harmful. Is getting a degree in cybersecurity worth it? Yes. The main thing I would recommend for you, if you're going, uh, Zoe, I thought you were leaving. If you are going to get a degree in cybersecurity, learn how to problem solve. That is going to be the biggest thing that's going to help you because in cybersecurity, you have to think your way out of a box. And like a lot of other tech areas, it's a lot of that. But in cybersecurity, it is the most of that because people are going to try to put barriers in your way for you to try to break through. So you have to think your way out of a box. Also, learn how to network. Learn networking. AI can be useful and it can also still be harmful. And it can still give bad info and it can still be a bubble. None of those things are wrong, like incorrect because it can be useful for someone. Do I make my own jammers? Uh, no, because jammers are illegal to use. Learned web development in this era. Couldn't find a job. Any advice? I've actually seen quite a few web development jobs popping up online, especially for remote work. Um, the thing I would recommend is have a portfolio. Have a portfolio showing some of the websites you can make. Will AI disappear like NFTs? No. And also, NFTs haven't really disappeared. It's just, honestly, the whole NFT thing bugs the heck out of me because it was actually a very useful technology for digital artists. But it got ruined by really horrible, dumb people. Did you guys know you can buy a Sawzall from Harbor Freight that can cut through like aluminum tubing that's usually used to hold up like flock cameras? I mean, used to hold up like flagpoles. Yeah, sometimes you need to cut down a flagpole. Yeah, if you want to send me your portfolio, I might have a look. I don't know if I'll have time. I will be so for real. Some people send me stuff and I want to start working on it, and then I don't have time for it. Humans give bad info too? Yes, but we realize that. And we go into it realizing that the humans will give us bad info. The way AI is touted is this magical thinking machine that is not able to give you bad info. Why are people saying it's vibe coding when you are just using AI as a tool? Because that is the definition of vibe coding, using AI to help you code or using AI to create code for you. And the reason it is bad is because the AI is not thinking about security risks. The AI does not know about your entire code to know if there's any conflicts in it. And then if you're using AI to code for you and you're not checking every single thing it does and you're not rewriting the things it does to be your work, then you don't actually know what code is in your project. And so if something goes wrong and you need to patch it or update it, you don't know what's gone wrong because you don't know the code. That's why AI is harmful when it comes to coding. So many programmers I know who are higher up programmers, like Zoe, for instance, is so tired of working with people who vibe code because they end up having to fix other people's work. I have 3 different people who work as programmers who are in my messages constantly going like, this is what I had to deal with a vibe coder today. I have yet to see AI code take into account security. Someone saying AI's been more conscientious about security than any developer I know. Okay, then you know developers who have negative in security risk analysis. Dude, you constantly spamming explain OSI is not going to get me to answer your question. Oh, AI is really bad at 3D modeling. They've been trying to use it for a while now for doing gaming work and like designing worlds and things like that, but it just keeps going nowhere because AI does not like really work that way. Especially the AIs they've been using. They've been using things that are more leaning on what's it called? There's a term for when they've been using large language models and just translating it into a picture or translating a picture into like words for a large language model. Um, I cannot remember what it's called now, but like that was the big thing for a while. You're gonna vibe code the next AI agent. Well, technically, that's how AI agents are made at this point. So you're not wrong. How did I get my chair stuck like that? That was impressive. Do I have firsthand experience in what I'm talking about? Yes. But I prefer going with the people who know more than me, who I ask questions of and get their opinion. Oh God, AI in cars is going to be so bad. I literally studied automotive automation when I was in college. That's what I wanted to go into. That's why I was going into robotics. I wanted to do that and prosthetics work. If I were to choose cybersecurity or mechatronics, why? Mechatronics, because that was literally my major. How much did the Flipper Zero cost me? I cannot remember. I bought it like right after it came out. Andy, Andy, you want scratches? I'll give you scratches. No, you just want to lay there? Okay. AI can be profitable. Do I agree? No. AI, countless times we see is not profitable. Like, it doesn't matter if, like, some company is using AI to replace a worker and they're using, like, OpenAI in some way, like an API using OpenAI to replace a worker. So they're saving money, they're making money, right? Then you go and look at how OpenAI is losing billions of dollars. You mean for individuals? I mean, individual profit is not what I would look at for AI. I mean, I don't really hate AI. I just hate the companies that have been pushing it. Yeah, people can be profitable, not AI. Exactly what Brandon said over on YouTube. Exactly. Oh, Platypus is talking about HAL 3000. Isn't it 3000 or is it 9000? Yeah, I can't do that, Dave. Yeah, the amount of debt these companies are going into for AI, because they're hoping if they push it enough, they can get to this mythical point where they hope it will be profitable, where they hope we can replace all of workers with AI and they can make all the money. That doesn't necessarily happen. It's a hope. We don't know that that's going to happen. We don't know that they can reach that point. And most of the evidence is telling us they are not going to reach AGI using what they have now. Black hat hackers use state of the art AI models. White hat defenders must use it or we will lose. Citation fucking needed. A WordPress hack, for an example. Do you want me to find the countless humans who have hacked WordPress? AI is unfortunately way too good at exposing vulnerabilities. The problem is, from what I have seen from cybersecurity experts, is when you look at what it is exposing, it's already things that were known and just not fixed. And so, does it matter if the AI is finding a list of things that should be fixed if the company is not going to fix them? Because they already had that list before. So, is it just if we take the list we had before that was created by humans and we slap the word AI on it, does that suddenly mean they'll go, oh, we should fix all these things? Do I agree that AI is officially the future and more generations will use AI for jobs? I see no issues with that statement, honestly. Like, yeah, I think AI is the future. And I think more and more generations will use AI for jobs. I don't think they'll use what we're using now. And we're currently trying to use technology that we don't have the capability of actually using right now. The bug sat in WordPress for a decade and no human found it. Are you absolutely sure? You can prove to me right now that no human ever found that bug? How are you going to prove that? Do I remove soldered BIOS chips or just use alligator clip to flash? It depends on the system. There's some of them that I don't want to risk having it soldered to the board when I do it. You're going to share proof that no one found a bug. How do you confirm that no one had ever found that bug? How do you prove a negative? See, this is why it bugs me whenever I talk to AI bros. Because even the basic fundamentals of understanding things, like the fact that you can't prove a negative, just like, yeah, I'm going to prove it right now and I'm going to show you. And it's like pulling up some article saying, yeah, AI found this bug. That doesn't prove that no one ever found it before. And you didn't realize you can't prove a negative. There's another fly in my fucking house. Ah. Ooh. IRL situation. You have an old server that keeps locking up. Client doesn't want to buy a new one. What do you do? Okay, I kind of want the input from other people on this. So usually, if it's a situation like that, I run diagnostics and see what's wrong with the server and replace the part. Usually, it's going to be a hard drive. It's still going to be a nightmare because you're still setting up a new server on their old hardware. H Korean, I specifically asked you a question and you said you could prove it. I asked you. No one found the bug ever before, and you can confirm that. That is a negative. You can't prove a negative. Show me that no unicorns exist. Also, you don't realize that links can't be posted in a social media stream chat. Yeah, go look up the MIT study about people who use AI having cognitive issues. Because, like I've said before, AI bros tend to prove that time and time again. Yeah, no, literally, you cry is the answer. If they don't want to have a new server, like the other thing you can do is you can show them the cost of downtime, the cost of running this old server, things like that. Like you can show them the cost benefit analysis, but some companies just don't care at that point. There's only a certain amount you can do. And once it's out of your control, honestly, worrying about it more and stressing about it, like even if it's your IT job to manage the server and that type of thing, just do what you can. And then when it does go down, you have paper trail saying, hey, I've told you that this is a risk. This is the cost benefit analysis of if it went down. It has gone down again. Here is the estimated cost of it being down. Like all of that. That's what I recommend going with because there's some clients you can't convince. I had one of those clients. They wanted to use the hardware they had to build out a server to do all these wonderful things. I'm like, we can't do it on that. And they're just like, well, do what you can. And so I did. And they're just like, this is garbage. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. And they're like, okay, how much would it cost for a new server and you to do that? And so we built them out a new server. Then they ruined my entire career and my life. And then I just walked away. Oh, yeah. How bigwigs feel is more important than facts every time. Yes. I mean, that's what we're learning with AI is usually it's higher level people going, you have to use this. And then the people who work down lower from them are just like, yeah, this sucks. This doesn't work. This is horrible. We can't use this piece of garbage. And the higher ups are just like, well, you have to use it. It's just like, why? Exactly. It's a bubble. Wait, what? Like higher ups in companies are the ones who have been pushing for AI to be used in their company because they've been sold this massive promise of, hey, AI is going to replace all your workforce so you can save tons of money because you won't have employees anymore. You'll have AI. And so they went, ooh, I can have more money. And they're just like, okay, let's fire half the staff and replace them with this AI. And then it doesn't work. And they're just like, you stupid staffers, you didn't use the AI right. You guys are the wrong ones, not the AI. That's literally what's been going on in countless jobs at this point. And I think bigwigs and companies are finally starting to realize that AI is not this thing that they were promised, but it's so slow waiting for them to catch up. Oh yeah, Wendy's started using the AI staffer. So did Taco Bell at some locations. Luckily, when I go to Taco Bell, I use the app so I can get discounts. Because I don't know if you know this, but I am a stoner. So my Taco Bell order is atrocious. Oh, you were talking about the fact that I set up a server for a client and then they ruined my career. Yeah. Because once I got the server set up, we installed it in their office. And it was so they were one of the nonprofits that I worked with through the nonprofit I worked for. I worked for a dozen different organizations. Literally across the entire state. Um I was the IT department for them. But this one, like, I set up their server, got it installed in their office, and everything was working. I tested it from one of like the people's computers there, who was the one that was going to be teaching everyone to use it. And she's like, "Yeah, this is working fantastically." Found out weeks later that they couldn't access the server. And was like, "What do you mean? We tested it from this computer." Went down there, tested it from her computer again, and the computers in that little office. I'm like, all of these are connecting to it. What computers aren't? Their other office I went to and tried to figure it out. They were on three different networks. This was a building that was a warehouse. It had five different nonprofit organizations running out of it, and it had three different networks that were running. Very different networks. All of them using, actually, two of them using the same WAN, one of them using a direct connection to our main office. They somehow were on all three networks because they kept going with, oh, I know someone who can do it for free. And they kept letting people into our network closets without us realizing. And so I told them, hey, this is a lot more work than I was slated for. And this was literally like, I had already quit my job. I finished their server, not getting fully paid for it because I just wanted to be done. And I'm just like, yeah, you guys are going to need all of this other work to like get your guys' systems on the right network and also figure out what networks you're on so I can trace it all down. That means you'll need to be on my RMM software. That means that you will need to have me as your IT technician. That costs money. Here is a contract with a massive discount. And they went, oh, yeah, we'll look this over. Then they went to other nonprofits and they went, yeah, he's blackmailing us.
he's blackmailing us and won't let us use our server unless we give him more money. And I'm just like, you guys didn't even pay me for the work on the server. You paid for the hardware of the server, and you never paid me a dime to work on that server. I actually installed one of the Linksys routers that was used as their main router because they were so cheap that they just needed something to work. I used my old home router that I had just replaced as their router because they needed something. Do I use Linux? Yeah. I usually use Mint and Ubuntu, sometimes Debian, ParrotOS Security Edition. Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole thing where you could ask Meta AI for anyone's password and it would give it to you, or like let you change their password so you could access it. Like what the fuck? So the reason I started using ParrotOS, they don't have this feature anymore. But when I started using ParrotOS, I like it had the feature where any of the programs or commands or anything like that in the menu, if you hovered over them, it would tell you what that thing did. It would give you a synopsis of every tool. I loved that feature so much. I wish they still had that feature. Ooh, I'll earn stuff if I get another 560 comments, it looks like. TikTok has like a ticker up at the top of the screen of like, you should do these things. I'm just like, wow, you guys are micromanaging content creators. That's lovely. Go live for 300 minutes. Is that 5 hours? Yeah, that'd be 5 hours, right? Yeah, the AI engagement help on TikTok sucks so bad. No, all of the like engagement like recommendations TikTok's ever had have sucked. I've been in so many meetings where like it's video calls with content creators and TikTok's there going, "You guys should try these things to get more viewers. Upload more regularly. Engage with comments." It's just like, what the fuck do you think we've been doing? Post videos. Use hashtags to get followers to see your videos. It's just like all of these things that are the most basic, low level things. And I'm like, I get that there's some people that don't know these, but the group you have here are all established creators. You pay through the creator program. Why are you telling us these things? Ooh, REI had AI that they got pushback for it. That sounds fun. AI is definitely a bubble. I agree it's extremely overhyped and exponential expectations are too high. But this is a little too harsh. It still has benefits. Hey Tyler, my three takes are on the screen. What one says that it doesn't have any benefits? I'm a weeble. I wobble, but I don't fall down. Oh, okay. I'm someone. So if there was anything I would be upset about with AI, someone just mentioned it. AI hiring. I have a very unusual name in real life. There's a reason I go by Bearded on like everything. My name being unusual is a detriment when it comes to being hired and they use AI systems. Because the more unusual your name is going through an AI filter, they have found the more often it will get kicked out and rejected. No, my name is not James. Now I'm trying to think if that's one of the pseudonyms I've ever used. I don't think I've used James. I've used John, I've used Glenn, I've used Michael, I've used Robert, I've used. I'm going through like trying to figure out what are the most common ones I've used. Those are the most common ones I've used. It's actually Chad. It's actually Chadosaurus Rex. Oh, I use aliases all of the time because I've done cybersecurity work and I used to like write news articles. I used pseudonyms a lot. Like when I was in high school, I was submitting articles to like newspapers under a pseudonym. So I have published articles from before I was 18, like 15 through 17, I want to say, was when I was doing those. Like, yeah. Like I can't use them for like here's my work that I've done in the past because yeah, it's not really great to say, yeah, I lied to a newspaper and sent them articles and then they published them. Is the CompTIA certification worth it? The recommendation I always have on certifications is look for like 5 job postings that are all the same job that you would want. And look at what certifications they require. Whatever ones are the most common, those are the ones you should go for. If it's one where it's like only 1 or 2 places out of 5 want it, then it's probably not needed for that industry as much. Someone asking if an air cooler would be good. I mean, there are decent air coolers. I always recommend going with an AIO if you can. I used to work next door to the FBI. I got some fun questions when I accidentally turned on a certain device and accidentally knocked out a Wi-Fi I wasn't intending because I was doing a test. Yeah, I forgot that there was a difference between whitelist and blacklist, and I forgot which way I had toggled. Gonna be so for real on that one. I had the whitelist set up and I couldn't figure out why the Wi-Fi wasn't going down. Oh, it's set to blacklist? Oh, okay. Okay. Any final questions for me? Because I'm probably gonna hop off so I can go make food and probably go sleep because my body has decided it needs to apparently catch up on like 15 years of sleep for some reason. It's not like I've spent my entire career in stressful situations. How did you just now notice the goat dancing on the pole? Oh, I will. Also, Shirabs, send me a link in DMs. I think you already have, but I want to make sure. What YouTube channels would I recommend? The Bearded IT Guy. Same content that's on here until I start posting longer form videos, but still. Why do I dislike AI? Because AI is harmful. My reasons are on the board. AGI might be the future of humanity. The current thing that we call AI is not. Like, straight up, the thing that we currently call AI, not the future. What am I going to eat? I just picked up food. Like, I went grocery shopping earlier. I don't know. I need to go through my cupboards and figure out what I'm going to eat. I'm probably going to stare into the fridge for 15 minutes before I decide on something. How often do I use AI? As rarely as I possibly can. Like, I think AI can be massively useful. Do I like cooking? I love cooking. Once I'm done rearranging my place and setting it up a bit better, I might actually do some cooking live streams while I answer tech questions. Why do I use it? Because there's some places that you can't avoid using AI. Like, if you do a Google search, there is an AI overview. Also, like, the algorithm Google has used for like over a decade is technically what we would call AI right now. Oh, I vibe code all my recipes, so AI hate is so forced. Okay, then what is incorrect about what is on the board? Oh, I need a new slow cooker. So my previous slow cooker I acquired from my ex, meaning it was one of the multitude of things that she left here. Um, and then me and my at the time friend, who eventually became my boyfriend, had to go through all of that stuff. But yeah, no, like, I had a slow cooker for a while. I need a new one. I should save up and get that Ninja one. There's the Ninja that like can be an air fryer, a slow cooker, a pressure pot, and a rice cooker. If I replace my rice cooker with that, that would. I don't have a lot of room. Oh, it was going to stick around longer if the AI bros actually came in and were like actually responsive. But every time they're just like, AI hate is so forced. Oh, you responded me. Yeah, no, Ninja has a really cool one. What's a beginner soldering iron? The one that I actually recommend. I still recommend to this day. Pincil. Pincil. Very inexpensive, as you can see here. It's like $26, and you can like change the temperature, everything like that. It is a smart soldering iron, so like it has a lot of features. The other one that I like, honestly, a little bit more than this, but I still recommend this one more. I like the iFixit one so much. I want the iFixit one. What tips would I give to someone trying to learn AI? I have no clue. Yeah, no, like, I love my Pine, especially because the Pine Sol, you can normally I have it plugged into like this type C cable. How do you get around EU chat control? I have no clue. Mint or Kali? Mint. Honestly, I don't like. Are you installing Kali as your daily driver? You should not be doing that. AI usually doesn't have a clue about stuff like that. Slackware as a daily driver. Is a CCNA still mandatory for most networking positions? Usually they want uh, CCNA. Did I see how fast SaintCon tickets sold out? I did not, because I wasn't like, it's near me. I want to go one of these days, but I know the tickets sell out so fast. 24 minutes? Holy cow. Yeah. So when I eventually want to go to that, I'm going to have to work hard for that one. Can AI combine with robots? I mean, sure, technically. But most robotics that we have now that they try to show off as really advanced robotics is just someone controlling it in another room using like controllers. There has been some stuff out of China though. China has had some pretty cool stuff, but it looks mostly like training via, what's that thing called, mocap, and then tweaking it to the robots. Oh yeah, CCNA will never replace experience, but it is a good thing to start with. Oh no, someone hopped in and said, "Yeah, you're blocked." Oh no, I'll never recover. No. Okay, there's one that I've actually seen that I actually has really made me so happy. Um have you seen, there's some people who will have like, it's a prosthetic arm but they have it coming out of their side and they can control it. Like, or they also do, the other one that they've started doing is another thumb on the other side, where like the initial version is it's just this muscle here that controls it, and so when you like grip something it grips it from the other side as well. Those things are so freaking cool. Like having like prosthesis that will eventually make it so you have more capability than you have in a base state is really cool. Is Ubisoft a bad company? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, it's like a pinky thumb. It's one of the coolest things ever. Like, it's one of those things I like. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do prosthesis as well as automotive automation, is because that type of stuff is so cool, and also helping people. Like, so many people I knew that I'm just like, yeah, I would love to create things that are better than what you have. You made an audio bookshelf work? That is phenomenal. Is it still worth it to learn programming? Yes. I have a problem. May I ask? Sure. I don't recommend learning programming with AI. Like, there's some stuff that it can help people learn in the beginning, but the problem is if you start relying on it like a crutch, then you're just going to have a bad time. Did someone just come in and say mute? Are you saying I'm muted? You may want to roll back to the previous driver. Oh, and it still doesn't work. That one is tricky because it sounds like it's going to be a software issue where it's not compatible um for some reason. Will I go to DEF CON? No. I'm trying to think of anything that you could do. Honestly, like when those type of things come up where like you get a driver update and then something suddenly stops working, usually, yeah, you might just have to go to the newest driver and like reset things up how you have them to do what you want. In my best opinion, why is AI harmful other than brain rot? Because too many people are learning to trust AI, and AI does not give accurate information. And so imagine if, like, as a child, your parents took you to school and said, hey, this is your teacher. Everything that they say is correct. They can never be wrong. And then they leave you there, and every 10th thing that the teacher says is complete bullshit. Nikki, how's it going? Yeah, no, like there's so many times that like reinstalling Windows just fixes things, and it's a pain and it's annoying and it's dumb, but it does. Holy shit, you've been MIA because of Lyme disease? Fuck. I sounded like Peter Griffin for a bit. Oh god, no. You were having a problem with Docker and you figured it out, but and now you feel like a genius. Oh my gosh. I've been having a problem with Pelican, and once I figure that out, I'm going to be so happy. Or I'm just going to pester. I'm just going to go into Discord and be like, Zoe, 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 Zoe. That's probably going to be my solution. Oh, okay. You know what? Because you said that, I'm going to go have Cool Whip. I would like to have some Cool Whip. That's what I'm going to go do. Okay, thank you guys for hanging out with me. You guys are all awesome. Pretty soon I'm going to have a Discord set up, so if anyone has more questions, they can ask them there, and I can talk about them on live or answer them in the thing. Anything other than that, feel free to hang out in my live stream on Thursday when I come back. Also, Nikki, I need to pester you because you have amazing content. Yeah, but anything other than that, thank you guys so much for joining me. If you want to help me out in any way, there are free ways to help me out. Go subscribe to me over on YouTube. All of the links are right there at thebeardeditguy.com. That is the website. If you go there, you can find all of my links to all of my socials, including my Substack, where I actually have new articles that I've been working on and going up. There's probably going to be a little bit of a lull in them as I try to get things done with my shop and close it down finally. But you can also go to the merch store where I have fun things like the flock works for the bourgeoisie. I love it. And then you also find fun things like PC Doctor Toolbox, the piece of software that I recommend everyone have on their computer so that they know if hardware things are happening. You can also find my info base. This is where I dump all of my knowledge, and I'm trying to update it more and more. Now that I'll have more free time, I'm going to do it more and more. You can also find my amazing wish list where you can find the things that I want to get. If any of you want to help, they are also crowdfunded, so you can add money to them to help me get them. If you want to make my cats really happy, there is a cat tree on here that I am trying to get. That would be amazing. But with that being said, thank you guys so much. You don't have to help me, but you guys are amazing for being here and being so amazing. Keep up the amazing work on being amazing people, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody. This is the awkward moment where I have to go through and hit a bunch of buttons so that I can turn off the live stream.